So yeah, and obviously I'm gonna be doing everything applied with my inversion model. I'm not gonna break any rules and do any different stuff. I'm just gonna do what I've taught, but I just put them as a silver bullet so I can skip basically right to them. So yeah, dude, it's crazy. The amount of people who join on a Saturday night with very little notice is that's 80 people, man, that's insane. I was literally gonna go out tonight and go to a party, but kind of got late. Then I feel like driving out, so gonna probably do 4. I'll probably do 4. Actually, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do 3. Here. So I'm just gonna make sure I'm not like. I always have a rule that there's like a bullish SMT I won't short. Or if there's, dude, I wish I could move like this chart to like a whole nother thing, but it's fine. Or if there's like a bearish SMT, I won't long. What you get the deal. So just gonna make sure of that. So yeah, let's get started. All right. So I'm just gonna see if I can find the draw on liquidity potential here. Okay. And I'll kind of explain how I do that, but would definitely say the draw here is this is a mix-up for me. I mean, we hit this high, but we also have this high above. What I think I'm gonna do. So if we get, I'm gonna try this short right here. So if we get a short here in this 945, so let me just play this. All right, let's see. Play that 1 minute. The macro starts. I'm gonna just make sure I have the times of the macro in here. Okay, maybe not. We might not go down that far. So, okay. So the rules for this I'm basically doing is there has to be an inversion formed during the macro and entry during the macro. I mean, technically, maybe I won't do that. It can't, I guess it will. I'm going to do it can be formed outside of the macro. How about that? So like this would have worked. Other than that, I'm applying the same rules. So I don't think we're actually going to get entry for this one unless we get a short. Okay, so we hit that high. So unless we get a short, I wouldn't take anything here. Okay, so nothing there. Silver bullet session still pumping up a lot. Yeah, that's why I gotta be fast, man. I kind of do like this. So I actually do like this because the macro times work best when we get a lot of consolidation before. So I mean, to me, this actually looks pretty good for maybe potentially working because there's a lot of consolidation here. So the macro time would start 1050 right here. So we should see a good move for this. I'm gonna slow this down just in case. I don't want to miss any inversions. I gotta make sure to look at the. Let's make sure there's no SMTs here. All right, I think I'm gonna try this. So this one, I'm gonna try stop loss right here. Take profit isn't great for this one. I mean, I would go for like a 2-to-1 here probably. Or this would probably be more of a 1-to-1 and then stop the break even when we hit this. We'll stop the break even when we hit here. And then honestly, I would try to target down here, maybe 25% off, or I'll do, see, I probably would do 25% off this low. I wouldn't be super confident this is hitting. Actually, maybe I would, because it is low resistance liquidity, but yeah, I'll probably do this. All right, let's see. Again, just so you guys know, over is 5%, also 3%. Just so you guys know, this is not gonna have a 100% win rate. Like, I'm trying to find strategies that are gonna work for the long run, not strategies to win, right? Before, like, you're literally trying to go into a trade with you knowing the probability of it winning, not for it to be an actual win. Because if you think every trade is gonna be a win, you're not gonna make it. Okay, so I have no idea if this is gonna be profitable or not. We're gonna have to see. Okay, and yeah, it's just we're gonna have to see. So let's play this out. Okay, so it hit the 25% take profit. Okay, and this is why I'm actually doing an Excel sheet. This is a this is a win, okay? The reason this is a win, and then he gets out to break even. So I obviously can't show that in FxReplay because I don't have a seconds chart. So I can't go to the seconds one and scale here, the second chart or whatever, and then put out the break even. So this would have been we would have hit right here. I would have scaled 25%. And then rest would have gotten south to break even. So I'm gonna just track that. Let's see here. That's why I like FxReplay. Honestly, I already gave them my suggestions, and they're working on them. They're gonna get futures, and then they're gonna get seconds charts. That's all I need, and then I'll be good. But no, I don't pyramid my entries. Yeah, I know, but it won't let me close out 25% here. So this one is, the date is Thursday, January 7th. January is 1/7. So the time of entry would be, you'd obviously enter. So I know a lot of people, some people wait for the retrace. I just market sell. Okay, so I would have market sold this candle. Okay, and I'm assuming most of you in here know how I trade my inversions. But yeah, if you don't, it's probably gonna be confusing. But I would have market sold this candle. I would have put my stop to break even here, and honestly, I probably wouldn't have scaled there. That's 3 points. That's not enough. But I'm just gonna say that I'm gonna make a predetermined for every single one and just kind of determine the win rate. So I'm gonna say that I scaled some here. So entry would be at 12,901, and this is what I hate. This isn't even points. Does anyone know how this translates? Like, I don't even know what this translates to. It has all these, like, 12,901.90589, like, that doesn't matter, hopefully, but I mean, I'll just say it's 3 points. So, like, what do I even say my entry was here? 12,901.75. Yeah, it is Forex scrap. I'll probably just say my entry was 12,901.75, around to the hundredths. And then time of entry is 11:04. Entry price was, oh wait, it would actually be 12,902 without rounded. And then stop loss 11.7. Oh wait, I can't do that. I gotta do like, I'll do 50. Okay, break even. So I manually close one. You know. Yeah, I don't put a hard stop. My stop is a close back above, so that's what I do. And then it goes to break even right at the next time, so it'd be 11:05. If I'm using this sheet right, I don't even know. Take profit. I'm gonna have to only do 2 take profits. So take profit 1 was 12,898. 98.5, we'll say that, and then was also at 11.5. And take profit 2 was, I never hit. Yeah, I don't. Options, the one who made this is gonna have to redo this a little bit, but yeah, I might have to redo this sheet a little bit, which is fine. So or call the first one. Again, the take profit 2 never hit. That's the thing. The code for FxReplay, it's in the announcements, I think, if you scroll up. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to try. I'll just say if it's a win or not, I guess. I'm gonna have to have the person who made this to me, I'll just have them retrack it. So 1 is a win. Last break even. And I'm gonna make my own sheet. 950 to 1010. $11.10, $11.50 to $12.10. All right, try this out again. This is actually at the there. All right, so that would have been a win / break even. So I'm just gonna get out there. See what happened. So would have worked to the second take profit, but technically it stopped out anyway. So that would have been a win / break even. So let's go to the next time. All right. So I would actually say the draw on liquidity is definitely bullish here to this high, but I would definitely not be like a run up here would be crazy. So I'd actually be more interested if we got like a short inversion here, if we get it. Micro time starts at 11:50. I'm gonna try this one right here. Let me just make sure there's not any. There's a 2-minute one, not a 3-minute one. So I'm actually gonna probably try. Now I'll try the 1 minute. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so we're gonna try this. Stop loss is a close back above, and do this. I'm gonna do 50% here at 1-to-1, and then the last down here at 3. So 50% there, and then stop the break even when we hit this low. Okay, try this. Okay, so stop the break even there, and I'm gonna do 50%. Okay. Oh, again, the results here are pretty good in my opinion. So Stop loss to break even now. Speed this up. And boom. Okay, so that one worked pretty well. So that would be one is a win. Okay. Next silver bullet session. Yeah, type 1 if you took that. Where's Steve Brazil? Steve's gonna type 1 every single time. Alright, let's try this. So, oh, no. Okay, that was too fast, sorry. So in this situation, let's see if we hit this buy side, which I figured we would hit that buy side. Okay, be obvious to me because the momentum we had. I think this was at all-time high. So we hit this buy side. Would definitely still be looking for a short here, probably. We'll get like an SMT up here. This would not be a valid bullish inverse because why would this not be a valid one right here? Yeah, because there's two fair value gaps here. So this, because there's one right here, this would not apply. So we'll keep playing it. See, this one would not be bad, but we didn't really take any liquidity, so I'm not gonna take it. That does work. Actually, this one wouldn't be valid because you can see the candle closed above and hit the next internal high, so it would not count. Okay, so the macro time ends. 10:10 is the end. Oh, nothing there. Next session. Again, this is just so high, man. This doesn't look terrible. It's long, I guess. Yeah, I guess we'll try long if that breaks, to be honest. Let's see. Okay, here's the start. Alright, there it is. So, try this one. And this one I'm going to go for 1-1 RR. There's no... See, this is what I hate about when we're at all-time highs. There's literally no liquidity target to the left. None. Absolutely none. Like, if you literally look to the left of the daily, we're at all-time high. So how are you supposed to know where to target? But that's when I guess I'll target RR. And obviously I'd scale 50% here, which is not that much, but still counts. And then rest there. So I say order's not complete. That could have been another play in itself right there. That would have been another play in itself. Okay, so there's 50% off. Close that. And then stop goes to break even, of course. And then stop the break even. Yeah, I'll post this. It would have been better to take a short because we're so high, but you gotta realize in conditions like this, shorts are not gonna work when we're at all-time highs. So that one just looked better long to me. And you got this V-shaped recovery, and whenever you see this, we usually go back to buy side. So That is during what time? Another win. Even okay, next time. I'd definitely still be looking for a short here if you got one. See, money obvious. Yeah, I don't really like this. The only thing I don't like about this is there's too many fair value gaps down here. So we'd have to get something good here. So here's the start of the macro time. That technically could be a long right there, but I wouldn't want it, probably. I mean, that's valid. I think, yeah, I'm going to take this. First reward here is horrible now, but we're like up there, I guess. And then 50% would be here. About to break even when we hit. Oh, get this. Okay, so stop the break even there. 50% off there. I don't know if this is gonna hit. I figured this would hit. This one I have no idea. Yeah, no, that doesn't hit. Yeah, so I didn't even think that was gonna hit. I just, again, though, still fine trade. Why did I think that was gonna hit? Because on the 5 minute there's a fair value gap right here, and the fact that we were bearish here because we swept buy side here meant that price did not need to go back up here. So that's why we rejected this 5 minute fair value gap, because we already swept buy side here. So that's one of the targets where I knew that wasn't gonna hit. So that is a win / break even. Okay. Next session. So far so good. We got 4 wins, no losses yet. All right, what could be the draw on liquidity here? Wow, we dumped hard overnight. I would say the bias is probably bearish at this point. I would be looking for a retracement to here. For short to here. All right, no SMT, so let's. Ideally here, I'd be looking for a bullish fair value gap, and then I'd look for that to be inversed. See if this is a 2 minute. Yeah, it is a 2 minute, so we could take. Keep in mind, this is 9:58. The entry has to be in the next 10 minutes, or else it's not valid. Okay, so no entry there. Is there an entry in hindsight? Maybe to the long side. Really, no. So no entry even there in the long side. Actually, technically there was. Technically this would have been valid, but I'm trying to go along with the bias, and that would have made no sense along there. I mean, I guess it would have, because if you're looking for something like this back into this higher time frame fair value gap, that would make sense, but all right. So no setup there. Next session. So now I would definitely be bullish here or bearish here, because we tapped into this. We got a major reaction off of this, so I'd still be looking for this intermediate term low. And just to reiterate, the macro starts at the blue line. I don't know if we're gonna get any here unless we already have a 5-minute sitting here somewhere, which doesn't look like we do. All right, I'm gonna try this 2-minute one probably. Okay, we're gonna try this. So stop would be close back above that, and this one, because it does line up with a higher time frame liquidity, I'd be going for this. However, I'd put my stop to break even when we hit here. So let's see. Okay, so that one got stopped. Is there anything I could have changed about that one? I think we're gonna dump here probably. Let's see. I don't think there's anything I would have changed about that one. I think that was a fine loss. I think maybe the fact that I could have, what I could have waited for is a bullish. So here's where I'm kind of stuck in between what I should be doing. Should I use a fair value gap form not in the macro from like over to the left, or should I use a fair value gap form during the macro, which I could have used this for an inversion, which you can see that doesn't work. I'm gonna try one more short. If we violate this, probably this 2-minute. Okay, wait. So that was a loss, which is 1050. Gotta track this. I'm gonna try this short one more time because technically this still is not in the macro. So, in this one we are rejecting off a 2-minute. So this one I'd still go for this low, but I'd scale 50% here. Okay. Oof. Yeah, that candle doesn't even close below technically, but okay. So, what's the so that one is valid. However, because of FxReplay, I got in on this candle thinking it was going to close below, but I had to play it one more tick because I'm on the 2-minute chart. And it doesn't give you an option to do the 2-minute here. So that one, still valid. I just should have waited for the next candle, which I didn't know because of FxReplay. Not much I can do about that. I'm lucky that worked because this candle made it valid, but you hopefully you get what I'm saying. So that one I liked because we had a singular fair value gap here. We were delivering from a 2-minute. There's also a 2-minute BPR, as you can see. I kind of like that one. Go 50% off here. And then stop goes to break even. And then the other thing about backtesting, okay, if you're in live time taking this trade, do you think you're going to get scared out or take profit here? Yes. In backtesting, I could literally just do this. I find out if the break even stop or whatever hits right away, so it doesn't really matter. That one was a win. Oh, that was a win slash break even actually. Also, I'm not gonna lie, it's very hard to determine like the bias in backtesting. I feel like when you're in live time and you have more time, you can look at everything as a whole. The draw on liquidity is much easier than finding a backtesting because I'm just kind of taking a guess here. All right, let's go to next session. Okay, so this is 11:44. I would probably short if this 5-minute was violated during the macro time. Yeah. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Doesn't look like we're gonna get an entry here. Yeah, so no entry here. The only entry I would have probably taken there is if we violated that 5, but we never did. Let's play this out to see if we end up doing it. Alright. Let's see. So no entry there because the body didn't close below. Alright. There's my theoretical entry. So let's see if this would have worked. This is actually outside the macro time. But I'd just be targeting here probably. Okay, probably what... okay, there it is. So, probably would have had a break-even stop there. And I would have scaled a lot here as well. Let's see if this final target hits without hitting the stop loss. And this is overnight session, so I would have run out of the trade obviously already by then. So, yeah, this is overnight session. Probably still hits, but you're gonna see it takes a while. Okay, we gotta speed this up, please. Yeah, so it ends up hitting. You can just see how important that 5-minute was. As soon as that 5-minute broke, I figured we'd just go to this low. But you can see that once that 5-minute broke, you got your entry at 2 o'clock. I would have been out there because that's almost when the market closes. I'm not gonna hold past 4 o'clock. So, yeah. So that was a win, but I'm not counting that obviously because it wasn't during the macro time, and that's not where we're backtesting. I know I can show off and take other plays, but go to the next session. All right, so here, now that we hit this low here, I still think there's a possibility we get lower here. However, because the market's at all-time highs, I'm not. Yeah, exactly. If we're in the kill zone, it's probably going to speed to that draw on liquidity, and it's not going to take that long. All right. I don't really have draw on liquidity here, to be honest. I guess I can try this. See, this should work. Like this should work, this 0.61R, but obviously that's a bad RR, so I'm actually going to target to this and make it a 1. I'm going to target this next zone here. And then stop would go to break even when we hit here. Okay, so there's that. I move my stop to break even here, and I probably wouldn't scale here. And boom, there it is. So like I said, that should have worked. That was right during the macro. That macro is going to run that big draw on liquidity most of the time. We got a lot of speed and displacement there, it looked like, so you're going to see that hit most of the time. All right, so that was a win. So far, I'm really liking these results. Okay. So I would actually say the draw on liquidity is bullish here. Why? Okay, so I'm gonna say I'm pretty sure it's I think the draw on liquidity is bullish here is because of this reaction out of this fair value gap. This just looks really bullish to me. I know in the back of my mind we are rejecting this, which is obviously not good, but I think if we got a long setup here, this would probably not be bad. Let's 1 minute. So yeah, I think this would be a good long setup if we got it. So let's see. Yeah, I'm long in this. I can't long it because it's not during the macro time. But yeah, that works. Damn it. See, I knew that was gonna work. I couldn't long it because you can see the macro time starts right here at 9:50. But from my own experience, I knew that'd work anyways, even though it wasn't a macro time. Okay. All right. So now here's the macro time. I would still be looking for some sort of bearish fair value gap and for us to inverse that. Okay, I'm gonna do this one. Doesn't that plays out? Okay, interesting. All right. Try this one. See, I had to play the candle there too again. One, two, one. Is this during the macro time? No, it is not. I bet you this still works probably though. Okay, so it wasn't during the macro time, therefore there's no setup there. Let's see if this still works anyways. I mean, this definitely doesn't look terrible, but you move your stop to break even or take profit here, by the way. Yeah, so that works. I mean, I could have taken that. Technically, this candle did close above at 1010, but it's fine. By the way, the reason why I don't like this 1 minute inverse is because you can see the body held on the 2 minute. So that one I don't like. Okay. So that should have been a win. Fine. Okay, what's our bias here? Our bias still definitely looks pretty bullish here in my opinion. So any bearish fair value gap we get here, I'd definitely just be looking for that to be okay, this one right here. We get it in the next couple candles, so I'd take that. Okay, right at 11:09, so this one would be valid to me. And I move my stop break even here, but I wouldn't scale there. Risk reward's too low, so I'd probably try to scale at the next high in the higher time frame, which you can see would be here. But actually try to do this, which but okay, so that would be a loss. Time is this? 13. That one was a loss. 2 losses in a row for that. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6 wins, 2 losses so far. All right, next session. All right, next full session. All right, here you can see that we kind of engineered a little bit of liquidity up here, so I'd definitely be looking for a long setup here, not a short. Looks like there's no fair value gaps to the left you can even work off of here. The only thing I could possibly see is this, but this would be an inverse of an inverse. Let's see if it works anyways. I wouldn't take it, but so it does work to this internal high, the inverse of the inverse on the 3 minute, but still not something it's not my mind, obviously. Oh, that looks so good. So nothing will be valid now here anymore. The macro time ended. Yeah, the macro time descended, but I like this one. If it work. This should work. Yeah, this should work right here. And this is just off screen time. And I know if this lost, that would be very, very awkward for me, but this shouldn't work at least to make it a free trade. What would make it a free trade? Hitting this high. I don't know if we're going to hit this off this leg, but this should be a free trade. I'm not going to take it because it's not part of the backtest. But let's see. Yeah, see how easy that is? So that's a free trade right there. If we would hit the final take profit. And looks like we went down south of break. So that one, I mean, you could have scaled there. Just it's up to you if you want to scalp that or not. No respects it there. So that ends up working very nicely right there. And that's just a screen time thing. That looks really good. It's just a singular one. We have a little low resistance liquidity right there. So I did like that one a lot. We're already kind of at the next. So here we finally hit the engineered highs. I'd probably be looking for a short here. 3 minute looks good here. I'm gonna give it to it. That's not gonna be good. So nothing there. Okay, so we got the short. Look what happened when the 3 minute was violated. Boom, right there. Look, and that was outside of the macro time, so we couldn't take it. I'd probably still be looking for here. If this is violated, I'll take that. Oh, no, that wasn't. That's not good. That like closes right to the tick. Okay, that one I'm taking. Okay, so that one, look, see, this is a win. Okay, look. I would have scaled half there, and then I would have taken the rest there. Okay. So that one I would have taken partials because the RR there was actually only like about a 1-to-1, I would say. Worst case scenario 1-to-1, but mid case scenario like 1-to-0.2. So that one would actually be break even trade in a win. So that worked nicely. That was 1150. Well, so far all wins in this certain time. It's cool to see. So I'm gonna have to get out of this, unfortunately. See, this is why the stats aren't gonna be actually realistic for this. Ooh. Should hit. That low is very engineered. Yeah, there it is. So it ends up hitting anyways without hitting the stop loss. So the inversion does hold the whole time there. And we do deliver to that liquidity during the macro. That's usually what you want to see. Like during that macro, you want to see the liquidity hit. And to me, that looked like good liquidity. It was a big and normal wick. It was the low a day. And yeah, we inverse that. You want to see the liquidity hit there before the macro ends. So yeah, false stats there. Should have been a win, but obviously I can't. I'm tracking on this, so it sucks, but that's why I need a seconds chart. Alright. Bias is definitely 50-50 here, I would say. I mean, I'd probably be watching this higher time frame fair value gap. And maybe looking for a short. Yeah, I'll try a short if this. We are in a higher time frame fair value gap. But I feel like the bias is definitely 50 here. Okay, so here's a short. RR is not too hot on this one. I probably would put it above the order block here, so you can see this is an order block. I mean, ideally we shouldn't go above that. I know it's above the inverse, but because we have the order block here, I'd probably lower it a little bit because the RR is kind of horrendous. And I'd probably target down there and try to do best I can. No, I don't. So the equal lows down here. But I'd 100% move my stop to break even when we hit this low. Okay, so I'm going to explain what I would have done maybe in a second. Let's see if this hit. And that ends up hitting nicely. So that one, because of the pointage on that one, I wouldn't have done that. But if this was a lot more points, sometimes like I'll move the stop to break even after we hit a new. If we form a new internal low, then hit it, I'll move my stop to break even again. But that's only if the candle close is good. This was not a good candle close. The candle close is really deep, so you can't do that because that means you're going to get a really bad entry. So my entry was at this candle close, right? Obviously, stop loss is above this order block because if I was right, we should have rejected the order block. But yeah, if that was a better candle close and we put in like an internal liquidity up here and then we hit that new internal liquidity by going up and then down again, I would have put my stop to break even. But because of that low being so horrendous, if the new internal low that's made, if it's around where your entry is, don't put your stop to break even because you're probably gonna get stop to break even most of the time. So that one worked nicely, but you can just see really obvious for everybody I get there. Look what time it hit, 10:05, right before the macro time. So that's really good. That was just a full-on win. All right, next session. So this one, I mean, I still think the bias is 50-50. I honestly probably prefer long here though, just because the range and we're just really low and yeah, but probably 50-50 if I had to say. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really like anything here. I feel like there's a lot of variables to play with here. And what I mean by that is there's so many fair value gaps. Like there's this one, there's this one, there's this one, bearish fair value gap, there's this one. I don't really like this type of environment just because there's so many variables. And by variables, I mean there's so many bearish and bullish fair value gaps are kind of in between and in and out and just like it. I mean, the 3-minute would be the cleanest because it's a singular one, but technically we'd still have like one down here and just the 2-minute down here and just, I don't know, super clean. To the downside. I think to the upside, it would be cleaner if we got to move to the upside here. So, like if we bounce off this, and you can see this is obviously singular one right here, and broke that, I would definitely be willing to long. Let's see. Okay, so there's 11 o'clock. Okay, so it doesn't look like it is hit. And just from this candle right there, that candle right there, that gives me enough confidence to say, okay, we're definitely bearish at that point. We're definitely going to hit this low. At this point, we violated all this stuff. So, I mean, imagine if you're long in any of this. You would have this candle's just going to scare everyone out no matter what you are. But, yeah, this candle right there is telling me, okay, we just kind of slow down, and then boom, just you're gonna get wrecked. Everyone's gonna get stopped. This candle stopping on everyone. We should go to this low because we broke all those variables. So it's not an entry I take because the RR is so bad, but all that candle tells me is we're gonna go to this low because of that, because we just violated everything so quickly and easily there in one giant candle. This candle doesn't really tell me that. This candle doesn't. This candle doesn't because they're not really obvious. But this one is like, okay, we just wrecked everyone here trying to long this V-shaped recovery. I know for a fact we're going to go to low. Again, that's just a tapering thing. It's not something I take because the risk reward's so bad. Sometimes I'll full port that like on a Apex eval, but not too much to be honest. If I have to. All right. And then you can see, so now I would say the bias is definitely bullish here because we swept that higher time frame liquidity right there. I probably would be interested in a long field like this. I think a break of this fair value gap right here would probably bring us right here if I had to guess. But it's not something I'd take. You could take it, but I would just not take it. I don't know. I feel like a long would make more sense here, but it's still a tapering thing you should know. Ooh, I do like this. This is right at 1210. Okay, I'm gonna try this, I think. This is right at the end of the macro, so, I mean, I'll try it. Technically, it's inside the macro. I'm only gonna target there. Stop would immediately go to break even when we hit this. All right, stop the break even there. I would definitely probably scale. I'll scale. Okay, so stop. So that one didn't look bad. We had relative equal lows there. I mean, not the greatest risk reward, but still a win. That's 1210 again. This 12 time I'm assuming really good. Ooh, I like this. Yeah, this really, seeing this is like, oh, wee, sorry going off in my head to take this. Holy shit, 38-3 now. All right. So this one is at 9:45. So the entry's gonna have to happen at 9:50, or else I won't be able to take it. Okay. This is actually a good situation. So we have an obvious bearish fair value gap, and we have an obvious bullish fair value gap. So I think I'll just take whichever one breaks when the macro starts. Okay, so it looks like the long one broke. And, okay. There are equal highs here too, so this should be hit. Wow, a lot of entering equal highs here. This is actually a good one I want to bring up. There is a signature in price where it tends to make me not like inversions much. This is technically one of them. So see how we have this gigantic order block here, and then we have the inverse? Sometimes these just fail, and because we hit the mean threshold of this order block and we just dump. The order block here has to be just non-existent or just very small. But this one's giant, and sometimes the giant ones over these inversions just fail sometimes. But I would say this one should work because we do have perfect equal highs. So, I mean, this one should work, but if it fails, it's probably because there's this giant order block in the way. You can take, I do take inversions all the time with order blocks. It's just the order blocks aren't gigantic like this. They're all tiny, or they're just not there. So this one fails. It's just going to be the signature in price. I tend not to like taking the gigantic order blocks, and I'm actually going to try to do a little limit down there. See if it build. No, that's not part of it. Okay. I'm going to have to do this. The risk reward isn't great. I think I'm going to target a little higher. So I'll target right here. Try to make it 1. All right, let's see. Okay, so that one, again, I feel like the order block didn't matter because we had perfect equal highs there. So, I mean, that one, me, was fine. But you can see the siren goes off my head there just immediately because the equal highs and just singular obvious inverse there. So I figured it would work. Yeah. All right. Next session. I mean, buys to me would definitely still be bullish here. You can see on the higher time frame, the body's still holding this hourly, or this 4 hour, or this hourly, sorry. So the body's still holding this hourly. We swap sell side again. So I'd probably be in for a long setup here again. Okay, we're gonna try this one right here. So singular fair bag up here, and then we're gonna target this high. God damn it, that looks so good. So, and veil now because we hit the high. I knew that one was gonna work. Could we get a short here though? That was... I don't really like a short here. I know this would look kind of good as a 2-minute inversion, but I don't like fading these V-shape recoveries right here. See if it still works. Okay, this should work actually. It's 11:05 and it meets the criteria, so I have to take it. But I mean, I don't know if I'd take this just because it's V-shaped recovery. I think I'll move the stop to break even when we hit here. This is scary. Let's see. Again, I don't like these, but okay, definitely pretty slow for macro. Yeah, so that failed. Again, I figured that it would fail. I don't like taking these V-shaped recoveries, especially because of this. It doesn't guarantee this low is going to be hit. That is technically, that is not a loss, okay, because we did form this right here. Okay, so because we formed the new internal low, like I said, when we form that new internal low, your stop goes to break even at the new internal low. So if I could, so I got in right here in this candle, okay, and with the internal low was close enough to this low, like you can see it wasn't that far off, to where I would put my stop to break even after this candle. See this candle right here? Right here, you would put your stop to break even immediately. Because after a candle like this, you need to see this low hit. If this low doesn't hit, you're probably wrong, because on a candle that dumps this hard, okay, you have to see this. If not, you're just, I don't know. Okay, so I would have put my stop to break even right after that candle for sure. Okay, so this would actually be a break even trade, not a loss. I just wanted to see how it would play out, but again, that would be a break even for me, because if I was watching, imagine your live time right here, and you were on like the 1 minute, and you saw a candle like this, you'd 100% move your stop to break even. Okay, like I definitely would right there. So, and because that candle size, and because we hit this internal low again, and because of how close we get to here, so that one would have been a break even trade, unfortunately. The first like actual break even trade. And I would not have scaled at this low, because that's just too little. Obviously, I'm not scaling at that low. That risk reward's dog shit. So, yeah, let's go to the next session. Okay, this already looks good for a short again. This should work for a short. However, I wouldn't be able to enter this because not during the macro time. But yeah, this should 100% work for a short here. Let's see. Okay, it's along 51. I'm entering. I don't like those equal. Okay, so not the break even when we hit here. If this is like 10 points, which this looks like it would be about 10 points, I actually would scale here. So if it's 10 points, I would scale there. Okay, there's equal highs. Top loss is going to be close above. Damn, so that was a loss. So that definitely, I don't know, that's interesting. So I think for the future entries, what I'm going to do is, if it gives us the entry before the macro time, I'm not going to enter. I kind of entered late. This should have been the entry here. I entered late because I entered after the macro time started. So I think for the future, I'm just going to enter after. Like, I'm going to enter. If it gives me the entry in the macro time, I'll enter. But if it gives it before and then stays in during the macro time, I'm not going to try to enter. Basically, it's like if we consolidate at 945, 946, 947, 948 in the same exact entry, and then the macro time hits, I'm not gonna take that. So that one I will count as a loss. Unfortunately, that was the first loss at this time. But I mean, honestly, I probably shouldn't have entered that. But yeah, for the future reference, and there's equal highs above there. So I mean, again, I don't know if these are actually equal highs in the futures chart. So if I'm in live time and these are equal highs, I'm not gonna enter that. But half the time, these on the whatever chart this is, the NAS 100, these are not equal highs half the time. So if this was futures and those were paved equal highs, I probably wouldn't have entered anyways. But you never really know these charts, which is why this is not gonna be super realistic data, but it's gonna be somewhat realistic. Okay, let's go to the next one. All right, immediately I see a lot of chop here. I'd probably be looking for a retracement here to this hourly fair value gap, to be honest. I combine those together, it's probably a 4 hour if I had to guess. Yeah. So I think I would not mind taking a long in this session here. Okay, yeah, I'll try a long here if we get it. Pretty good because we'd be delivering out of a 4 hour fair value gap. I'm gonna change it to this one, I think. Okay, this is a tough one. So I can almost guarantee this is gonna deliver to here, which the RR sucks. And delivering to there means what? Means you'd have to move your stop to break even. Which that sucks because that's not a good entry right there. So, I mean, for a situation like this, you could try to put a limit down here, try to get a better fill, but 99% of the time after this candle, you're not going to get the limit filled here. So, I'm going to just have to do raw data like I've been doing. I'm going to have to market buy this. I mean, put this take profit probably up here, but, you know, you'd move your stop to break even there. So, this is probably not going to go well, but yeah, so stop the break even there. The chances of us not retracing here very, very slim, but let's see. Okay. Come on. To us, damn it. So yeah, stop the break even there, and it should still work. Yeah, it's still gonna work. So that one is definitely a iffy one because that one I would have scaled here probably. I would have scaled 50% there because that is 1R, so that's not bad. And then I would have held the rest still there. So I mean, that one is definitely valid. It's just that's not a good entry. I know it's going to be a free trade, but I know it's probably going to get stopped to break even before we get anywhere. 90% because of how bad the entry was. And even if you did try to put a limit here, it's not going to get filled. So just based off the momentum of the candle, I know that. So break even trade. How was that? Okay. Again, I'm still inside this 4-hour fair value gap, so I still would not be opposed to finding a long here. Okay, this looks good. I'm gonna try a long if we break this 3-minute fair value gap. I mean, I'm pretty confident this high is gonna hit. Okay, so here's the start of the macro time. Let's see. Okay. This is an interesting scenario. So, this definitely depends on the day for me. We're rejecting this. The body's respecting this very nicely. We violated this 3. We violated this 1. We violated this 2. But man, there's something about this I just don't trust. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to take this one. I'll see if it works. Technically, this would be valid. I'm going to have to take it, man. It's the valid. It's the model. For the stats, I have to take it, obviously, because, you know, that's what I'm backtesting. So I'm going to have to take this, unfortunately. I don't think I would take this, though, on my personal account. I don't. I mean, it doesn't look bad, but I don't know. We're inside a 4-hour fair value gap. This could easily fail, but we're going to try it because we have to. Try it. Strategy. Okay, I'm going to move my stop to break even if we hit. Okay, so stop to break even there. Like I said, if this is 10 points, I'm scaling here no matter what. If it's 8, 9, I'm probably not. But if it's 10 points, I'll scale there. So I don't know if this would have been a win or loss, or I don't know if this would have been a win or not, because if this is 10 points in NQ, I'm scaling there, and I don't know if I'm not scaling here because it says it's only what? Oh wait, it's 8 points, so this is probably 10 points in NQ. So I actually would have scaled there. So this is in pips or whatever, and this is 8 points, so I'm pretty sure that probably translates to 10 points. And then Q, so I actually would have scaled there, likely if it was 10 points. So I'm just gonna say that, and probably ends up stopping at break even. Yep. So that would have been a win / break even, assuming this is 10 points. Okay, assuming this 10 points. Again, I still think we're gonna go up here. Probably, I think we're gonna go to this high. Just only if we violate the 3. This isn't. Wait a minute, Okay, we disrespected the fair value gap again. So the macro time ends here. I just want to see what happens. Okay, we hit that low. I bet you this is a soup. See if I'm right. Yeah, so you could have souped that, and then you move shot the break even here. Now let's see if that ends up hitting. Yep, I knew it, bro. See, I knew it. That's like I know that's a soup, and I don't know why. I don't know why that's a soup. It's literally just like screen time. Like, I know that's gonna work for a soup, and I have no idea why, bro. Oh, that's too funny. Dude, like, I don't know, dude. I just know that's gonna be a soup every time. I've yet to figure out why. I mean, I guess the reason was because I mean, I don't even know. There's like, I have no model for a soup. Bro, I know it could be this 4-hour fair value gap. That's part of it, but I feel like it was another thing. I was looking for this 3-hour. I was looking for this 3-minute. Like, I don't know. There's something about me reading price. Like, oh wait, by the way, I gotta track that real quick. Like, there's something about me reading price and just. I said I was pretty confident. We were gonna hit this high, and I thought we were gonna inverse this, but the body respected it. We created low resistance liquidity, and I was still confident for some reason we're gonna hit this high. I don't know what it is about the chart. I think it's just. I think it was all like this was broken. This was disrespected. I don't know what it is. Like, there's something I know, but I can't explain. Like, that's what I'm trying to feel. Like, that's what I'm feeling right now. Like, I can't explain this. I mean, I guess this was broken, but then disrespected, but it still shows how price is not bearish here, I guess, if that makes sense. Because obviously if price is bearish, price should respect this. It's 9:48. It's during a key time. Like, this should be respected. And I was disrespected again. We got low resistance liquidity down here. And I was still confident we're going to hit the high. And if I'm confident we hit the high, then we should bounce right after hitting this low. I guess that makes sense. But I don't know. I just figured that would be a soup. I don't know exactly why. I mean, I don't know. I gotta find out how I knew that, because if I can master that, I'll be way better. But yeah, I don't know. All right. Well, that's cool. Maybe Juice knows. Okay. Next session. I can't explain. Like, I don't even know why I knew that was a soup. I just knew. Like, that's it's maybe something I've seen before. I don't know. I seriously don't know. I just know it. I wish I could explain it, but I can't. All right. Let's see. Bias looks pretty bullish here still, in my opinion. Oh wait, never mind. We just hit all-time highs again, so probably not. Probably not the move this long here. Let's see if there's a 3-minute or something. Okay, there is. So, but we're not in the macro time, so I couldn't take this, obviously. Oh wait, we are in the macro time. Okay. I think I'll try taking this down to Technically, it's valid, so I have to take it. Probably not something I'd take if I wouldn't take this on an account where I wasn't doing this strategy. I would take it on a different account, but we could try it. Stop goes to break even here. Definitely not something I'd take on my personal account. Not really any reason. I mean, I guess it's because the order block, but yeah, definitely something I want to take on my personal account. Let's see. I have to take it on this account just because I'm doing the strategy. So yeah, that's a fail. Again, not something I want to take in. I just have to do it for the sake of the strategy, because technically that was valid. So, I mean, that would have been a loss. There's going to be plays where I know it's going to lose, but I have to take it anyways because it's strategy. And if you want it to be mechanical, you're going to have to take it. But I guess because that order block, we were kind of holding it. And yeah, I don't know. I just didn't like that one. All right. This one I'd definitely be looking for a short still. I'd be looking for a bullish fair value gap here, and then for that to be broken. Yeah, I think this would actually work as a 2022 model, to be honest, but that's not the strategy, so see if I'm right. Okay. All right. Well, this meets the criteria, so we're gonna have to long it. Unfortunately, this is actually something that's probably gonna work. Looks like it's gonna work. I go for like a 1.5 R here. About to break even here. Very, very high. Definitely something I want to go heavy size in, but yeah, just extremely high. All right. So there you could actually get filled. Okay, so that fails. So yeah, definitely something I want to go heavy size in. And also we're at all-time highs. Look at this Harley candle. We're just so overextended. So that one would be a loss. Definitely something I wouldn't take on my personal account just because of how high we are, but it technically did meet the criteria. We swept these equal lows, which I liked. So it met the criteria for an inverse, technically speaking, but if you're using like other ICT concepts, for example, discount premium, that's not going to be good long, obviously. So that's obviously a loss. Again, it's funny because I don't even think I ever would have taken any of the losses. I think number 3, this one that I took, I think I actually would have taken. But this one, if I can remember, this one, I never would have taken my personal account. And I'm trying to say if I would take it on my personal account, just so you guys know if it's like actually a good setup or not, or if it's just a setup I have to take, but. Okay, so not gonna give us anything else there. Next session. I'd still be looking for a short here. We're just, I don't know, we're so high. So just a bullish fair value gap, and then for that to be violated, let's just make sure there's none in the 2 minute here. Yeah, there is one on the 2 minute, but it's the signature and price of the V-shaped recovery again, so I don't really like this. The V-shaped recovery here. So that just means this low does not have to be hit, in my experience. So I doubt it's even going to give us a setup here, to be honest, but we'll see. Okay. I'd kind of like this. So I only like this because it's a BPR. So if we got a normal inverse, I probably wouldn't have liked it, but it is a BPR, and this is strong. So I feel like if this breaks, then yeah, we'd have to go to this low. So I'll try it. Okay, so it doesn't break. Like, all right, we're gonna try this one now. Can't take it. Why? Because there's 2 fair value gaps, and this one wasn't broken. And it doesn't give us an entry. So there's, okay, so now that's broken, but this is at 12:11, so it wouldn't count for the model technically. See if it still works. Okay, so this does work. Once this is broken. Bodies are still respecting it. Let's see if this is violated. The body's still respecting this BPR. My guess is if this BPR breaks, we go way lower. Yeah, this is the all-time highs market, baby. Let's go. But yeah, that doesn't even break. Okay. All right. This one I'd probably, again, I'm not long in this high, man. It's just too high, so. Yeah, I don't really know what to say. I guess a short if this 3 minutes violated. So it doesn't ever give us an entry. It did give us an inverse entry to the long side, however. So this would have been a win. Okay, I know I didn't take this, but this was a perfectly valid play. Why can I take this? Because FxReplay plays dog shit, and it went too fast. So this one was actually valid. So I'm gonna count this as a win. This is definitely something my viewers, my people in my live stream every day know I would have taken this. I would have seen what? I would have seen that the body's respecting this. I would have seen that the bodies are respecting this the whole time. So because the body's respecting this long and the body's respecting this short, I know when the body respects this long and breaks this short, then we're going to go to the next internal high. So that would have been a win. And I would have scaled here. Like I said, if this is 10 points, it looks like it would be. And then I would target up here. So let's see if it would have been win. Yep, so there it is. So this would have just been a full out win for me, not a win and break even. Again, FxReplay the cannon went too fast, but that was something that I was going to take, but I couldn't stop it in time. So that was a win. All right. Silver bullet. Just based off this candle reaction, it looks like we are going to go back to this high right here. So I think this is going to be buy side. So we'll see. The only way I can enter something here is if we got a bearish fair value gap back into here, and then we got a bearish inverse long setup. I'll take that. I doubt we'd get that though. This momentum's a lot. Usually when you get this type of momentum, we'll just skyrocket right up to that buy side. Yeah, it's not gonna give it to us. This should work for long right here. And yep, there it is. So, I'll actually try this for a short. How about that? Okay. Technically this would be short. Let's just verify the one. We broke the 1 minute, broke the 3 minute. I don't know if this closed below the 2 minute. Yeah, this would technically be low, short right here. And this would be a decent RR. And this is at 11:09, so this is 11:09, so not the greatest time. Stop would go to break even there, obviously, because that's the next internal low. I'd scale probably half here, because that's what, 1R. Yeah, that's 1.24R, so I'd scale half there, obviously. And then the take profit would be the same. So that would have been a win / break even. This doesn't look bad again, but it's not during the macro time. I don't even think the body, yeah, the body didn't close below there, close to the tick. Okay, this was not one I would be able to take, but maybe I probably would try this on my personal account. Lots of low resistance liquidity here. I bet you this shoots right down. Yep. Yeah, I definitely would have taken it on my personal account. And you know, I already know it's going to shoot down because of the low resistance liquidity into screen time, you know, so. That one definitely was a good play. Again, I would have taken that, but I have to do this data, obviously, and that's not part of the data, so. All right, this one is interesting. So we're inside of bullish value gap. However, we're just super high. We're at all-time highs. We hit buy side again. So, I mean, I would be willing to take this, even though it does look like a V-shaped recovery. All right, let me just make sure there's no, like... And I will be willing to take this as well. The long side. 2, 3... Okay, so I would be willing to take back to the high again. And I would probably scale here if this is over 10 points. Looks like this would be about 15, 20 points right there, so. So that would have been I think a break-even trade. Let me check. No, it wouldn't have. So that would have been a loss because there's no high there. So again, this loss is just probably a loss because we're just so high we already hit buy side. So I mean, it makes sense, but definitely something I wouldn't have taken my personal account. But it actually didn't look bad because of, you know, this right here. But like I said, we're at all-time highs, and that's why I hate backtesting these years, because I'm not going to long at all-time highs this much, okay? Obviously, it's easy now. We can short and long, but when we're at all-time highs, it's tough. These are hit or miss, in my opinion. So it's tough to backtest when we're at all-time highs, in my opinion, and when we go back to all-time highs, it's probably going to be a little tougher to trade, but we're going to have to deal with it. So that would have been a loss. There will be times where, like I said, if this could have been 25 points, just these two candles alone. Like, I would move my south break even, but I don't know how many points this actually is, so it's a lot different than if you were actually to take stuff in live time, you know? Okay, let's see. Oh, next session. I think we dump here probably. Yeah, we did, so we end up dumping anyways. Again, back really high. I mean, the long's probably going to work, but I would be more interested in taking a short, so And I'll try. Violated. Okay, so that was violated. Technically against my rules to take on my personal account because these are kind of relative equal and never took out this high, but I would have to take it because, you know, you have to with the strategy. And probably target somewhere around here. Let's see, where's this? Oh, that's ugly. Yeah, I'd probably move my stop to break even at this low. If it was 10 points, I would scale. If not, I wouldn't. Let's just say it was. I mean, this looks like it could be about 10 points. So let's say it was 10 points. I would scale 50% there. Okay, so there I scale 50%. All right, this isn't obviously realistic, so that would be a win and then break even. So that would have been a win / break even right there. Because it wasn't during the macro time. Oh, yeah, it was. Yeah, that would have been my bad plus CV. I played the candles too fast. So this would have been a valid play too, so I'm going to count that. This counts as a win. I think I played the candles too fast. This would have been a win / break even. I probably would have scaled half there, and then I would have held the rest to like probably up here. Obviously didn't hit, so that would have been a win / break even. Yeah, I played the candles too fast, my bad. All right. Ugly, ugly, ugly 4 hour here. 4 hours just in consolidation. Wouldn't really have any draw on liquidity here. I'd probably just look for whatever inverse I see I would like here. Okay, so like if this was violated, I'd take that short probably. Okay, you can see this 2 minute was violated. Not really something I'd be interested in longing. Does look like it's gonna work, however, though. So didn't really get anything there that I like. Okay, this one I like, but I can't take it because it's not in the macro time. I'd probably take it in my personal account though. But you can see right here, we swept this low inside of a fair value gap. So this to me would tell me we should go to at least this high. It would be a free trade, and then your target would be this high, and then this higher. Oh, there's no way I can enter this because it's not during the macro time. So there's the free trade part. There's the first target. And would have stopped you out of break even before hitting the third target. So that one I obviously liked, but it wasn't in the macro time, so really can't take that. And this one doesn't count because the candle closed over at 12:12, so the macro time. Yeah, probably 30-second long there, probably. I'll do a few more probably, and then I'll get off. Pretty good, Nathan. Oops. Okay, so here's the macro time. Now, let's see. A lot of variables here. Probably still be more interested in a short, to be honest. Okay, so like right here, if this was violated, that'd be a short for me. Doesn't look promising. This is obviously low resistance liquidity. Yeah. Okay, we violated right at 1010, so this would just meet the criteria. It would literally just meet the criteria here. I probably scale half here because you don't know if we're gonna bounce off it, and then I'd hold the rest till here. So we're gonna try this. And yeah, stop the break even here. I mean, I'm guessing this should work. I will be very surprised if it doesn't. Wow. Okay, yeah. So stop 50% there. You can see the inverse is respected nicely. Again, I would have been very surprised if that failed, to be honest. And then stop goes to break even. And like I said, why do you scale here? Or why do you scale in this fair value gap? Because it's 1R and you don't know if we're going to bounce off it or not. Okay, I mean, you're scaling half because, yeah, you want us to go down here, but do you really know? No, because we're at all-time highs. We could literally go up 100 points from here and you don't know. Okay, so get stopped to break even. Now, if this fair value gets violated, so let me count that as a win. So if this fair value gets violated, we should go much lower here. Okay, so that was violated. We should probably go to here now, my guess is. Kind of relative equal lows and low resistance liquidity. So, yeah, boom. Yeah, so that's just a screen. Yeah, a lot of liquidity engineered there. That was also the last 1 minute, so I figured we just probably knifed there. Yeah, Jeff, I mean, a lot of it is screen time, man. It's just, I see this over and 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 over. So, like, I know we're going to knife there. I know when these entries should work. I know when they're going to work or not work. But yeah, I chase stuff and I still know it's going to work. I mean, there is rare occasions where it won't work, but 99% of the time I'm right, I would say. All right, so here's the next macro time actually. So we sped us right in the next macro time. This wouldn't be a great area because we have so many fair value gaps above here, so I doubt we'd even get an entry in here. Let's see. Okay, we get an inverse here. I'll enter that. Yeah, nope. Yeah, so we don't even get an entry here. I figured we probably wouldn't. Nah, I mean watching live. I've watched markets live so many times. I mean, and backtesting too, technically. All right, I'm going to do one more, then I'm going to get off. All right. Drawing liquidity here definitely would be bullish for me. Just because we swept all the sell side, we have an untapped. We're probably going to create a fair value gap here. Not going to give us an entry. Yeah, nope. Okay. So, this one, I feel like the bias would be 50-50 here, to be honest. Actually a little more bearish. You can kind of see the body is suspecting. The body is suspecting that. That would actually be bearish here. So let's see if we get like a bullish for rag up, then violate it. Okay, so this would probably be the one I'd use. Yeah, don't really get anything there, sadly. Nothing there. This one definitely looks like the bias is more bullish. You can see the body's kind of now finally disrespecting this. Looks like we're going to close over, so this obviously looks good, but I want to be able to enter because it's not during the macro time. Okay, this looks good right here. Watch. Okay. Now, if you're very, very confident and you wanted to try this light size, I still would, even though we hit the internal high. And I try it up to this high up here. Right here. Now, does it meet the criteria for the inversion model? No, so I'm not going to take it. We'll just... Yeah, it didn't work anyways. Again, that doesn't meet the criteria. Why? Because we already hit the high day. You can't take that, obviously. So, yeah, can't do that one. Now, this was a win. I'm not going to count it. I missed it. But that would have been a win. Already missed it. Okay, I kind of like this low resistance liquidity a little bit, so wouldn't mind trying this if this is closed above. Okay, now this. Okay, we're trying this. Last one. Right here, stop would immediately go to break even, and then, like I said, we're gonna assume this is 10 points. If it's 10 points, I'm definitely scaling there. Okay, so I'm scaling there. Top loss goes to break even, obviously. Now, I'm gambling that this is going to be broken now. Which is, but I'm not really gambling because I have my stop at break even because I know I'm gambling. Okay. And beautiful. So, really nice way to end it. Another win right there. Jeez, that 1150 to 1210 is really nuts. I'm not going to lie. Okay, so results were how many? So 1 win, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 16, 17. 17 wins. How many losses? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 17 wins, 16 losses, which comes out to about a... which comes out to what, a 65% win rate, I had to guess. And that's also saying that those 3 losses I would not have taken, or I think 4, because I think this is the loss I wouldn't have taken either. I think there was ended up being a 4th. That still equates to about an 80% win rate because it's about 4 of those I wouldn't have taken, to be honest, on my personal account. So for the macro specific, it would be about a 65, assuming the RR is profitable. So, 73. And I mean, I would count the break even as, I don't even know if I'd count this as a win because it's not a loss. So I don't know. I mean, you wouldn't even count it as anything technically. I don't know. It's up to you what you want to count it as, but yeah, I mean, it's not bad. No, I think it's up to you. You don't lose money though. That's the thing. So it shouldn't count into loss either. So I don't even think it should affect your stats at all. Just 1050 to 1110. Probably no inverse trading, to be honest. That's what I've gained from this. I really like this time, and I really like. I mean, this time I've always liked, but this time especially, this is really good. That was an 80% win rate. This is a 100% win rate. This was about a 50% win rate. So, yeah, about a 1.5, I would say. 1.5 or 1.1 to 1.5 R at an 80% win rate is pretty good. So, I don't know. We're definitely. I'm probably gonna start another challenge account, and when Apex is in a scale or sale, and I'll probably just take inversions during the macro and see what happens. You know, so. I'll see if he can pass the challenge. That's going to be the real test, but I could do a top step, you're right. When's the Veterans 11? Yeah, plus EV, but it depends on the points and how NQ works, and it depends on a lot of things there. It's going to be different forward testing real time. And like this trade right here, this is... I mean, I don't know. This would probably be a 1R because you'd scale half there and the half there, but I don't know. Until Monday? Okay, yeah, I'll probably get some more top step accounts, and yeah, I guess I'll do another challenge account. Do tops and do inversions only during macro times to see if I can pass, but yeah, I will see you guys later. Plus TV. I don't know if I'll have time this week, but I would definitely be curious to see like a 30-second pivotal points 1 minute versus a just random 1 minute swing high and low for the 30-second. That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, like actual pivotal swing high, swing lows, and not just like random swing high, swing lows in the middle of consolidation. Like, I'm talking about this. Like, this to me isn't pivotal. Like, right here. This is not pivotal. It looks pivotal. I'm talking about, like... I'm talking about no displacement through something like this, and we wick right back up, and then we get a 30-second model, like somewhere like this. Or, like, this. Right here. But if the candle goes way up here, and then we go back down, I wouldn't count that. Do you get what I'm saying, plus EV? Like, I would count, like, displacement that barely goes above. Or, like, let's see what example. Like, this one apply. Like, this, like, just because we swept this low doesn't mean I would take a 30-second long down here. But I would take a 30-second long here because of this low. So it wouldn't be because of this low, it'd be because of this low. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I think that would do much better. Like, no displacement below a low. Like, I know we hit this low too, but the 30-second wouldn't be because of this low, it'd be because of this. Let's see. Like, this one's a really good example right here. Perfect example. But yeah, like, this is definitely pivotal. We barely displace over it. Like, this is what I want back tested. No, I think they're going to. But yeah, if you could, I want to backtest that. I don't have a good way of backtesting it. I'm not downloading US, so you'll have to probably backtest it into US. Like, here's another good example. This is a very pivotal point. We barely displace above it. This would count as one. But like I said, if we displace too far above, I'm not taking it. It'd have to be like a minimal sweep. Yeah. All right. Well, that's it for me. I'll probably upload this on YouTube. Really long sessions. So, yeah, I'll see you guys later. Thank you guys for watching, and yeah, peace.